Our enrollment in the district has grown about 39% in the past 12 years. That enrollment growth has been concentrated at the high school. Over that period of time, we've attempted to maintain class sizes at a target of 25 students, though sometimes we go over by a couple. And if we do not add teachers at the current time, we will have many more classes than we typically do above the 25 target. And our goal and our belief is that it's better for our teachers and our students to be in classes that are manageable. We think 25 is that manageable number. And by adding the teachers that we propose, we would be able to maintain class sizes where they are today and where they have been in the past. I think this budget will help address the enrollment growth that we expect at the secondary level. It probably will sustain us for 2 years, although we may have to make some adjustments next year at either the middle school and or the high school level. But I think at least for 2 years we should be in pretty good shape. And then beyond 2 years, if the demographer is correct, we will start to experience some decline in enrollment at the elementary level. So therefore we can achieve some savings at the elementary level while we expand the teaching staff at the high school and middle school levels. School counseling at the high school level is similar to teaching staff. We have a certain number of students right now, 1,155 roughly at the high school. Next year we'll be up over 1,200. Soon we'll be heading towards 1,400 roughly. In order to maintain the level of service and support that we provide to students, both in terms of college application process, scheduling of courses, other supports that students might need over the course of their high school careers, we believe we need to add an additional school counselor at the high school level. At the elementary level, currently we have 2 school counselors that are responsible for the needs of 1,300 students. And those 1,300 students are spread out over 3 different school buildings. And we believe that adding an additional school counselor at the elementary school level will help us deliver better and more appropriate services to those youngsters. Some people might believe that young children don't need school counseling. That really is preposterous. Young children deal with loss, they deal with divorce, they deal with a parent who may be ill, even terminally ill at times, and it's important to give them the services that they need if we want to intervene in a timely fashion and try to prevent other issues down the road. And then at the middle school level, we're proposing the addition of a student assistance counselor. That's someone who specializes in substance abuse issues and other more higher order mental health issues. And again, we think that the one student assistance counselor we have in the school district now is servicing over 2,000 students at the middle school and high school. And slicing that number in half and adding an additional student assistance counselor will help us direct services towards students who need them the most in the middle school. First of all, it's important to recognize that it is a high school graduation requirement in the state of New Jersey to take a certain amount of world language. That means that all of our students must be enrolled in world language courses. Secondly, it is essentially a requirement to gain admission to competitive and highly competitive colleges and universities to be enrolled in world language for at least 3 and preferably 4 years. That means that our students are taking world language, virtually 100% of them. It doesn't really matter how many languages we offer. If we offered only one language, let's say it was Spanish, then we would need that many Spanish teachers to service all of the students that have to take world language. We offer a diverse menu of languages. This is our 3rd year offering 4 languages: German, French, Spanish, and Chinese. Obviously, Chinese is one of the most widely spoken languages on earth. If you've read Fareed Zakaria's Post-American World or Thomas Friedman or many other authors, it's no surprise that Chinese is one of the critical lead languages that the United States has identified in order to be competitive in a global economy. And so I think it's prudent that we have taken steps to offer Chinese, a non-Western language, which we had not been doing up until 3 years ago. And I'm very proud of the fact that we are a district that is offering 4 languages, one of which is a non-Western language. I think it distinguishes us from other districts, and it's something that I feel very good about as superintendent of schools. Well, let's begin by recognizing that we have 4,000 students, 500 employees roughly, and countless parents and visitors in our school buildings at any moment during the school day. So we're talking about somewhere between 4,000 and 5,000 individuals whom we are responsible for. It falls in line with best practices that have been recommended to us by law enforcement officials to have some level of vigilance or a presence, if you will, in each of our school buildings with respect to safety and security procedures. I don't think that this type of staff would need to be armed in order to be effective. I think that if they have a quick line of communication to the principal and to the police, and they become familiar with the routines of the school building, they will serve as a deterrent. Many people are concerned about school shootings. School shootings are remarkably rare, thankfully and fortunately, and God willing, we will never have to confront that kind of a terrible tragedy in this community. However, I can tell you that each year we have restraining orders that a parent might present us with against an ex-spouse or another acquaintance of the family. We have visitors who are streaming through every one of our buildings over the course of the school day. Most of the time they're parents, of course, but they're still visitors. We have, at times, unanticipated evacuations of our buildings. Every once in a while, we actually have to move students off-site. And right now, the people who manage those routines, of course, are the principal and the teachers and other staff that we have in our school buildings. However, they always are responsible for so much more. And it would be helpful to us, and I think it would be a better protection for our children if we had at least one staff member stationed at each building whose sole responsibility is to watch over the facility and make sure there's nothing unusual or concerning taking place. If the budget and second questions pass, everything that I've described in my presentations and in this interview will be included and incorporated into our operating budget moving forward and will remain there, or at least a dollar amount from the tax levy will. If the budget itself, the first question, is defeated, then our budget proposal is sent to the Township Committee and the Borough Council. And together they determine a total dollar amount to be cut from the budget. They then direct us with that dollar amount decrease, and it's up to us to figure out how to get to that amount. It would undoubtedly mean fewer investments in teachers and larger class sizes, because that is typically where the greatest amount of savings can be found. If our second questions pass, again, then they will be incorporated into the school budget moving forward. If the second question, either one, is defeated, then it is not possible, no matter how much money we might have left at the end of the year or how much parents might want to see us try to incorporate those items anyway, they are off limits for the current or the coming school year because the residents will have spoken. We can revisit them potentially in the future, but once they are defeated in the second question, they cannot be incorporated into the coming year's budget under any circumstance. I've given 8 budget presentations in the past month. I have 2 more to go at the Township Committee meeting and the Borough Council meeting in the next 2 weeks. And I've probably presented to somewhere between 100 and 120 people. So again, out of 18,000 residents, I've only spoken directly with 100 and people and change. So the best way to communicate about this budget or become educated about the budget is either to go to our school district website and read a little bit about it. It's to talk with other members of the community who may have been at one of the presentations or who is following along closely. It would be to call me or email me directly, or any member of the administration, such as a principal of a child's school, and then go on and share the information with other people who are interested in the school budget, and of course at the end of the day then to come out and vote, and hopefully vote as an informed member of our educational community.